Budget travel tips that actually save you money. Let's be honest. You've been told a lie. It's a lie that has probably cost you hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars on your trips. The lie is that all that popular travel advice you see plastered over the internet actually works. You know, the stuff like using incognito mode to book cheaper flights. We're told airlines use cookies to track us and jack up the prices. But the truth? That's been pretty much debunked. Airline ticket prices are based on a crazy mix of demand, timing, and fare classes, not your browser history. What really works then if that's just a myth? Section 1. The last-minute flight myth. Let's start with the biggest money pit: the flights. There is this romantic idea that you can snag an amazing, deeply discounted flight by waiting until the very last minute. It sounds spontaneous and exciting, right? Well, the reality is usually the exact opposite. Airlines know that last-minute bookers are often business travelers on the company dime or people with emergencies. They aren't looking for a deal. They're desperate. And the prices reflect that. So, is this myth busted? Oh, absolutely. The real trick is to understand the system. For a trip within the country, start looking about 3 months out. For international travel, 6 months is your sweet spot. That's when prices are usually at their most competitive. The real tip here is all about two things. First, be flexible. Flying on a Tuesday or Wednesday is almost always going to be cheaper than a Friday or Sunday. Second, let technology do the work for you. Set up fare alerts on Google Flights or Skyscanner. These tools watch the prices 24/7 and ping you when they drop so you can book at the best possible time without checking obsessively every single day. Section 2. The hostel horror story myth. Alright, next up is where you're going to sleep. There's this common belief that to travel cheap, you have to accept your fate in a crowded, noisy dorm room in some party hostel. And while hostels are an amazing way to save money, the idea that they are the only option or that they haven't changed in 20 years is just totally outdated. This myth is officially busted. Modern hostels have seriously evolved. A lot of them now offer private rooms, and even family rooms, that are way cheaper than a hotel but still give you privacy. Plus, you usually get access to a kitchen and a cool social vibe. And it's not just hostels. Guest houses, homestays, and short-term rentals can offer incredible value. The key, as always, is to book ahead and see if you can use loyalty programs or credit card points to chip away at the cost. But here's the real game changer: think beyond just the price of the room. Having a kitchen in your hostel or Airbnb means you can cook a few of your own meals. That alone can save you a fortune compared to eating out 3 times a day. Even just making your own coffee in the morning and packing some snacks can make a huge difference over a week. Section 3. The big airport transportation trap. Here's a piece of advice that sounds smart. Always fly into a major hub airport because it has the most flight options. It seems logical, but this can actually be a very expensive mistake. Why? Well, while major airports have more flights, they also have way more demand, which often means higher prices. On top of that, they're usually miles away from the city center, which means you're starting your trip with a pricey taxi or train ride. So, the smarter move is to always check for smaller, alternative airports. Budget airlines love to fly into these secondary airports, and the savings can be huge. For example, instead of flying into London Heathrow, check the prices for Gatwick or Stansted. Sure, you might have a slightly longer bus ride to your hotel, but the money you save on the flight itself can more than make up for it. And once you're in the city, please take the public transport. It's not just cheaper than a taxi, it's how you actually experience a city, like a local. Section 4. The fun costs a fortune myth. The final myth we need to bust is the idea that you need a massive budget to do anything cool on your trip. People think traveling means one expensive tour after another and a wallet full of pricey museum tickets. That could not be more wrong. Seriously, think about it. Some of the best travel memories come from things that are completely free. Wandering through historic neighborhoods, chilling in a beautiful public park, getting lost in a local market, or just finding the perfect spot to watch the sunset. Plus, tons of world-class museums have free admission days, and you can find free walking tours in almost every major city on Earth. The real tip here isn't just about finding free things to do, it's about being smart with your money on the ground. Get a credit card with no foreign transaction fees, because those little 3% charges on every single purchase add up fast. Always have a backup card and a little bit of emergency cash stashed away somewhere safe. By saving money on the big stuff, you have more for what really matters to you, whether that's a fancy dinner, a special souvenir, or a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Budget travel isn't about depriving yourself. It's about being smart. Traveling on a budget isn't about some secret formula that unlocks impossibly cheap flights. It's about planning ahead, staying flexible, and knowing which advice is real and which is just noise. By busting these common myths, you can stop wasting your time on outdated tricks and start using strategies that actually leave more money in your pocket for your next adventure. Now go plan that next trip and remember to like and subscribe.